What it do, YouTube? This is your boy Sherry Speaks. Right now, I'm talking to you guys about Arrow Season 6, Episode 14, Collision Course. And right now, Dinah just rolled in to Oliver's office as the mayor and said, all the Kate and James's funds have been depleted. They have been all withdrawn. All $70 million has been withdrawn. And right now, Curtis, Dinah, and Renee are talking about the situation. And before that, Quentin was worried about what Dinah may do to Laurel now that, she knows that she's still looking for her. She's still coming after her. I mean, which is rightfully so. Because, remember, during the little bit of the time gap, Dinah wanted to kill Laurel because she killed Vince, aka Vigilante, right in front of her. Again, understandably so. But you see, we also saw Quentin actually kidnapping Laurel to bring back the real Laurel that he knew. Because he feels like she can still be redeemed somehow. So right now, the guy just came in with Lieutenant Dinah just came in with the withdrawal footage, saying that all of the funds have been redispersed back into Kate and James's bank account. So now Dinah and Oliver are gonna start talking. And I apologize if I actually got that part of information wrong. He said, okay, so we know that Laurel has the money now. And Oliver doesn't trust Dinah to do the right thing, which is ask her to give the money back. So Dinah says, Laurel's never giving you that money. You have to do what you have to. He said, I know whenever you look at the sea Laurel that you lost, but that's not true. Understand something? I won't let you hurt her. I'll make sure I won't get to her. Alright, so pretty much Quentin obviously has Laurel in his care. And Dinah wants to get to Laurel before Oliver does. To which Oliver said, look, I'm not letting you get to her. Dinah, on the other hand, says, look, you better get to her before I do. Pretty much. So it turns out Laurel has all $70 million that was supposed to be deposited into Kate and James's account, and she took it all with the help of the dragon. So I can only imagine what's about to happen now. I wonder, what is she going to do with the money now? What is the dragon even going to do with the money? Alright, now we're back. So now Quentin's talking to Oliver about Laurel and Kate and James. So right now, of course, Quentin is actually covering for Laurel because we obviously know that he has her within his custody. I guess it's that father instinct to protect his child that's causing him to do this, and also with the motive of him thinking that he can reprimand his daughter's doppelganger somehow. I think Thea's starting to put two and two together. I think Thea's going to look into Quentin and probably follow him to see if he's actually telling the truth or not. So now we see Mr. Terrific, Wild Dog, and the Black Canary on patrol. Okay, so pretty much Curtis used the T-Spears to recreate the crime scene where she was shot. And Dinah says no, she was dragged. So Dinah says like there's more effective ways to find out where that money, where she's keeping that money. And Renee's like, wait a second. Shouldn't we be desperate for the money too? I mean, the city's dying here. Because Dinah even says, look, Oliver is dying to see that to get that money as well. I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, the city, like Renee said, is literally dying. They're on the verge of economic collapse. So now Quinn is questioning Laura about why she hesitated with killing Vince. And he said, look, you grew up without a father, so you've been looking for a father. Adrian Chase, Caden James, all those guys are going down. No one is going to tell you what to do with your life. Interesting. Even for someone who hasn't locked up in a cabin, you're welcome to leave anytime. But I guess they said. Sounds like you decided, it's been a long time since you had to decide on what you want in your life. And you can do just that. And Quentin's he's being real honest with her. The people that she's been side by side with are honestly dead. She grew up without her father, things of that nature. So, hey, it's up to her. Holy crap! So Thea saw all that stuff. It's just like I said. She started to get a little skeptical of Quinn's behavior, so she followed him. And ding 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 ding, she found out where he is, where Laurel is, and I guess she's gonna either drop the dime on Oliver about where she is, because right now Oliver, Felicity, and Diggle are pretty much tracing the same crime scene that Dinah, Renee, and Curtis did. Alright, so now I just went dark in Team Arrow 2's place. So now Oliver thinks that they have Black Siren. So Granny's like, so like Vince, where was the Green Arrow when he needed saving? Oh wow. So Quentin really did this right. He really did this right. Or maybe they just left their DNA at the crime scene when they were investigating it. So that makes Oliver think that they must have her. Who broke our trust? When he did. Curtis like, wait, we're not actually gonna fight about this, are we? This is what I can find out. Oliver. That was not the right move, bruh. That was not the right move. So Oliver and team went to Renee in Black Canaries and Curtis's place, and under the assumption that they had Black Siren held up at their compound, which is not the case. Simply because the Green Arrow saw their prints and DNA at the crime scene, so they must have thought, okay, hey, they must have her somewhere. Unbeknownst to them, that Quentin has actually had her under his watch this whole time. So Renee hits a soft spot with Renee with Oliver by saying, you're not displaying the characteristics of a hero. You're displaying the characteristics of a thug. So what is your son going to think about that when he sees you act like this? Which of course set Oliver all the way off. So now there's even more bad blood between the two of them. All right, Thea is now talking with Oliver and everyone else because now Laurel says, you know what, the only way I'm going to give you that money is if you have to get the hell out of this country. Oliver, of course, does not want to do so, but he's going to have to in order to get that money to save the city. All right, so pretty much Oliver, Diggle, and Felicity went after Black Siren. Now they know where she's being held at a cabin with Quentin. Theo gave Oliver the drop a little bit too late, in my opinion. I think she should have already summed that up as soon as she saw and made eye contact with the fact of what is Black Siren. That would have cleared all this hoopla up. She would have said, oh wait, Black Siren's at Quentin's cabin. Okay, done. Everything would have been good on that end. But she didn't. But so now these two groups are now going at the same man, before the other. And stuff's getting hectic. That's all I'm going to say. So now we're back. Oh, this is an intense stare down. South was like, wait a second, where's the money? No money until I'm safely out of the country. That's some kind of bargain. Of course, Quentin says, you know what, look, actually, I just wanted to see if you have, I just want to be here to support you. So when you get ready to go out of the country, I want to go with you. Because I feel like if you have someone to support you, you won't be doing all these bad things, and you'd be better off. The minute you get out of this country, she's out of this country, you get add to the list of people who get killed. You misread the city. Definitely not. I think Quentin has something up his sleeve. I don't think he's so hell-bent on just this one idea. This is a pretty dirty-ass move on their part, man. So Curtis is disabling the implant that stopped John's tremors. It's gonna be a while till he has full control. Not long. So he's like, you're gonna fight your own team, this is insane. So let's get rid of you. Oh, this is terrible, man. How you gonna hack into John's freaking implant? This sucks, man. This is a pretty dirty ass move on their part, man. So Curtis is disabling the implant that stopped John's tremors. It's gonna be a while till he has full control. Not long. So he's like, you're gonna fight your own team, this is insane. So let's get rid of you. Oh, this is terrible, man. How you gonna hack into John's freaking implant? This sucks, man. Oh, come on, man. Seriously, come on, y'all. So now a big fight's about to ensue, because I understand where each of the parties coming from. Dinah wants justice for Vince because she was killed right in front of her. Oliver needs that money to help the city because it's drying out fast as hell. Even Renee said, well, wait, don't we need that money too? Because the city's drying right now. They feel like if they let Laurel go, that's not justice. That's not her facing her justice. But the only reason why Oliver's going through with it is so then he can get the money. But technically, I feel like he really doesn't have to actually let Laurel free to get the money. But Oliver's the kind of man that I've noticed now is the kind of man that'll, even against his better judgment, will try to, I guess you could say, negotiate and conform with another person's perspective in order to get the job done. So we'll see what happens. by the grace of God, Curtis was able to get through to Dinah at the last minute. But now, Laurel just blasted Dinah with a sound blast. You know, and Oliver, pretty much Curtis was like, look, we started this team so that we wouldn't be like Oliver. Oh, I think Renee is injured. Crap. I think I know what's happening with Renee. I think one of his bullets might have ricocheted, or maybe when the car blew up or something, some shrapnel must have hit Renee at a vital spot. And honestly, I pray that he actually survives, man. It'll suck if Wild Dog gets killed off right now. Plus, he's like, yeah, that's the way you cross the line for Curtis to actually mess with the implant in your arm. I mean, that's crossing the line. I mean, especially with our company's prototype. I mean, hurting you is way worse than that. I love Felicity when she does that. So now Oliver has people going after him now. There's something they can bury him with information. And now, look, Renee pretty much is out of commission for a good while because during one of Black Canary's calls, it recollapsed his lung and had some internal bleeding to his chest. Oh, hell no. Now Black Siren is using Black Canary's name to get some way. Roy Harper. Oh, snap.